It's Kanae from Presidential Lifestyle, and this is your Wealth Wednesday prosperity tip of the day. I'm going to answer a question about breaking up. How do you stay prosperous when you're breaking up? That's tough. Whether it's a divorce or a domestic partnership or just, just a really long relationship, a lot of times a lot of things have gotten intertwined, especially finances and material possessions. So, my number one strategy for breakups is to think about it when you're happy. And I know it's hard. Most people don't want to talk about breaking up when they're in love, but that is the best time to discuss it. What happens if we break up? So, have an exit strategy. I know it sounds like a business deal, but it's really the best way to do it. If you can have an exit strategy, if you can do this early on, sort of like a prenup. A lot of people think prenups are bad, but what a prenup does, it says, while you still love me, tell me what it is you'd like me to have in the event we break up. So if you approach it in that manner, then you're going to get what you deserve. Everybody should get their fair share. If both of you came into the relationship with nothing and then you built up this incredible empire together, then 50-50 is fair. But if one person came in with 90% of the assets and the other person had barely any, then I don't know if 50-50 is fair. That person should get something because they helped maintain this fortune or this empire or whatever this is that you have. And no matter how little you have, sometimes it's just really important to you. And so you want to have some parameters around what a breakup would look like. And I think that is a very mature conversation to have. So that's one thing that I talk to my clients about when we do prenup or when I do couples financial therapy. I make sure we have a conversation about what does it look like if you break up. And especially in premarital, it's so important then. And it's so much fun we do it then because there's not a lot of anger around it. So that's first. Second is you want to listen to some of the meditations here. You want to stay as positive as possible because when you're breaking up, you can get really evil. And when you get really evil, that is you're creating negative energy and then you're exuding that negative energy. And it could possibly affect your finances, not just because somebody is taking half of your possessions, but because your performance at work, with your clients may suffer. And so you really want to make sure that you're tapping into the meditations here, that you're staying positive, you're around positive people. And so that's a really important component of your prosperity. Remember, I want you to go back to your idea of prosperity. What is your idea of prosperity? Remind yourself. And so love it may be a part of your idea of prosperity. And if this relationship didn't work out, I want you to say to yourself, the relationship failed. I didn't. Go on to the next relationship. Now you're able to share your love with someone else and maybe a few other people. Maybe you can go back to dating. Maybe you never got a chance to date. Maybe you got into a relationship early and you never really had time to enjoy and be single and have fun. Look at it that way. I want you to look at the positives that are there because the positives are what's going to help keep you peaceful. Hashtag peace. And you have to own your transition, and there's a transition meditation that I want you to listen to. It's on this channel. Find it. It's titled Transition Meditation. So find it and own your transition. One of the things, my book is all about transitioning. I wrote it when I was going through my transition, and it's called The Art of Starting Over. I know it has a woman on the front page. So if you're a man, guess what? There's a secret. You can buy the hard copy and just take off the cover. And now it looks like you're reading like some really cool old first edition book, right? So that's it. Just get my book, The Art of Starting Over. Begin to read it. Align your activities with your values and desires. And comment here. Send me emails. Go to my website, presidentiallifestyle.com, presidentiallifestyle.com. And on the Contact Us page, contact me. I can answer questions for you. If you put the comments here, I'll respond. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying you can do it. That's what I'm saying. So one day at a time, one moment at a time. Sometimes you're going to feel like you want to be evil, but I'm telling you, don't do it. And if you have to give up, I have clients who have given up everything: cars, houses, money, um, a lot of possessions. I even have clients who have decided to give up children, let the other spouse take the child, that's male or female, and they found themselves to be more peaceful in that decision because it's much easier than fighting, and the children don't need to see that fighting. So whether it's a divorce or a domestic partnership or just a really intense long relationship and you didn't get married, and sometimes those are the most hurtful because you feel like you lost so much by not getting married, but that's okay. You were strong, and you can be strong again. You were loved. You may have even been happy, and tap into those times. That's why you did it, because it made sense at one point. It may not make sense now, so don't get down on yourself. Remember what I said: the relationship failed. You didn't. And so I am here if you need me. I just wanted to leave you with that bit of information, the prosperity tip about breaking up, because it is not easy, and you don't have to do it alone. So subscribe to this channel, come back often, and there'll be more Wealth Wednesday prosperity tips for you. And I will see you soon.